So we're going to have a look at the Zvezda A13 Cruiser. This is another British tank from early in the war. They left service in about 1942, being replaced by the Crusader, and then eventually the Valentine, but more quickly things like the Grant and the Sherman. It's another 2-sprue kit in a plastic baggie, so we will pop this off and have a look. Okay, 2-piece turret and 3-piece hull with wheels. Okay, again it's got a 2-pounder gun in a hexagonal riveted turret in order to fit as much in the turret ring as it possibly could. Issues with it were, again, it's got a 2-pounder gun, which towards the end of its service life the Germans started using face hardened armour, which caused 2-pounder shot to shatter rather than penetrate. When it originally came into service in, I believe, 1940, it was another reasonable development of the cruisers. The A9 Cruiser originally coming into service in 1936, followed by the A10, etc., until you get to the A13, which is the one before the Crusader. It's a nice detailed kit. Looking at it, it covers how boxy the tank is. What I'm going to do is I'm going to remove everything from the sprue, clean it off, and then come back for the assembly. I'll be back in a second. So, I've removed everything from the sprue, I've cleaned the mould lines off. I think you've got to be particularly delicate around the tracks, and I am now ready to assemble the model. It is only 7 pieces, however I'm going to start with the turret. Get that done and out of the way. Next it'll be, just a quick look at that, that's going to go on there. So again, putting this on, gets another piece on and out of the way, doesn't interfere with fitting any other pieces. These pieces are specific to each side, so you find the one that slots in like that, so that one goes on that side. So dab of glue in each of the holes, then line them up and press them in tight. I'll ditto the other side. There we go. Then we find, yeah, that's where that'll fit in. Bit of glue to make sure that once it's stuck down, it stays stuck down. There's pegs and holes to align at each end. And there we go. Turret goes on top. For comparison, the Matilda, the Honey, and the Panzer II. So you can see it is, you could argue whether it's the largest of the tanks. It's the same size as the Matilda. I think it'll be outclassed in terms of size by the Grant when I get that assembled. But yeah, it was the mainstay tank of British forces in the Western Desert for almost a year. It did only have a 2-pounder, but if I'm doing a Blitzkrieg Commander force, I will probably have a squadron of them, because they'll be good and cheap, and because they were still in use up to the Second Battle of the Alamo, because they couldn't refit and re-equip everybody with Crusaders, so there was still an armoured regiment with the old cruiser tanks. Okay, if you've enjoyed this video, hit like and subscribe. I will see you at some point soon.